Greetings everybody, Amar here, and this is just a quick review of some of the numbers that I've been selecting. Um, this number came in pretty big here. For July 10, 2019, 752 is a new favorite. So let's look at July 10, this was over here. So we had 704 came in, alright, and 704 actually I had it up here once upon a time. So this was over here. And the note that I wrote says, July 1st, the 7-4 pair is fulfilled with one combination here as the 047. I will throw in the 137 because of the possibility of the PRC in position 2 with the 3. And that was over here where I have the little red mark. I was looking for the 3 in the middle, and that's because we had this flag over here. I thought this 8, 8, and you'd have symmetry again at the 8, but anyway, that did not happen. And you can see it didn't happen until skip 32. So, yeah. So the 407 from over here came in over here, 704. So I put these little happy faces here to make kind of like a marker because I'm getting lost within my own Excel sheet. It's getting, oh shit, what the hell did I just do? That's not good. Alright, we'll just bring this guy down here. I'm going to copy that. So that was a 704. So from here to here is about a little over a week. So I'm trying to stay disciplined with my numbers, and I'm trying to not switch them because that's inevitably what happens. So also here the 227 was after the 047. I like the 227. Okay. Now that came out over here as 722. All right. So there's a little happy guy. I have a happy guy and a happy guy. I'll put a happy guy on top of a happy guy. All right. So that came out over here. Now I did predict this, but unfortunately I went with this 137 because I thought this one would repeat over here. Besides that, I missed the cutoff time. But the interesting thing about the 722 is that it's sum 11 over here. Now over here, the sum 11 was at 35-6-6 symmetry. So that was a strong indicator for a sum 11. And the other number that I was really going for here was the sum 14. I thought the sum 14 would stay flagged. So those are my two sums that I was concentrating on. And you can see the sum 14 has gone now into an exhaustion here. It skipped 13. Now the sum 11 is still interesting because you still have an 8-6 symmetry here. But I just wanted to talk about that 722 when it came out. Now when I did the July 10, 752 is a new favorite. Let's see. Let's go to July 10 here and see what was I seeing with the sum 11. I was looking for a repeat here in the first position. You see, looking for the classic flag, 225. I got the classic flag here, so that's the red marker. And I like to put the red markers there so I can remember why I picked it. Because if there's no red marker there, it doesn't count as a prediction. You have to be able to track your guesses and see how they look. So that was there. So the repeater was the 7. And I had mentioned that I was looking at the 7 as it was approaching sidereal. And when I say sidereal, I mean like as related to our time with the star. So I actually put a little thing here. I took this out of Merriam-Webster. Sidereal is defined as of relating to or expressed in relation to stars or constellations, astral. So I'm giving it a lot of definition. Related to the number 24. So when I say sidereal, that's what it means. Okay, in my book. So it's also because sidereal is a little bit off from a solar day. I could say solar as opposed to sidereal, but sidereal just sounds cooler, I suppose. I was watching an interesting video on astronomy, but anyway, so that's what I mean. So when you're between Fibonacci and sidereal, that's the best window for the long shot, in my opinion. So let's go back to where we are, and you can see I have too many files, too many sheets here. It's just too much. So I put the colors so I can know where I am. I'll at least try to know. Okay, so back to the big. So the 752 was a new favorite here. Okay, so I was looking for the 7 to repeat, and if you look at the sums, it came in reverse. So I did have it marked here as the reverse. Okay, now the 752 is what? Sum So I'm 14, right? So that's over here. And I didn't mark it here. So I'm upset about that. But I did mark it in the all sums dish, which is over here. Let me see. I was marking it here. Actually, did I mark it here? No, I didn't even mark it here either. But I had it over here. But this is where it came in. So let's go back to the big. And but I had been marking it. See, I'm looking for the 14, looking for that flag. So that was why the 752 came out. The other some 14 numbers were 707, 725, and of course, yes, I marked them there. So I would have played all four, but 752 was my favorite. You would have had to hold it for 2 days, okay, looking for that flag, and it came in at the 8-5. So 5 is symmetrical to 4, 5 is symmetrical to 4, and so that would have been 40 bucks. And then the 257, I kind of saw that as an announcer for the 722 two ways. One was the sum 11, right? The symmetry. Looking for the 6-6. So I actually had it marked over here. This is where I would have had it. Oh, this is the one where I should have had it marked here at the skip 5. So that's the one that I had marked here, I think. So if you look at the all sums, right, you can see here I did mark that sum 11 in the correct place. So you had the 722. So that was tough. I missed the cutoff. I went to a birthday party. I went to New York. I played the 17-19. I didn't play it long enough. It came out on after 4 drawings. I only played it for 3 drawings or something like that. So let me go back where it was. So that's sum 11. And then let me see. Anything else come out that was interesting? This was an interesting 849 because I'm going to start doing the 7 and the 2 and the 9 and the 4 is the mirror. And this is a good one because this is sum 21. Let's see, 177, that was sum 15. That was dormant period. 3 dormant periods. I was marking here for some symmetry. But those are basically the most important ones, okay? So the 752, that would have hit. That would have had some money. 722. Possibly could have hit. So then you and I changed the formatting. So the blue here is a 7. So anywhere you see a blue is a 7. Before I had the green over here as a 7, but I'm changing it because I'm going to try to keep accord with the big philosophy. So anyway, right now the 7 after passing sidereal at 24 it came in at 28. So that's what these red marks are showing that I was liking it. I liked it as the repeat because of the positional repeater chart. I had the positional repeater marked over here. That threw me off with the 722 because I would have done the 137 at this point, right? The 137. So that's what I went for, 137. But really I should have played them both. But then it becomes a matter of managing your money. Like, you know, it would have been $5 instead of $4. So but if it had hit, it would have been $80 because it pays more for a double. So anyway, this is one cold period, okay? But the 7 has been really cold for a while. Now I made this chart to show the 7. This is the ice pyramid that I called it, ice pyramid. This is like one of my most advanced charts. This has to be redone. You can see it only goes up here to February 7th. But you can see the dormant periods. After 9 dormant periods, you had 6 hits in that streak. So you can see sometimes after 5 dormant periods, you'll have a streak. This is 8. It's red like this. I have to do a separate video on exactly how I built this and how I read it, and I have to redo it. This chart I like to make available to everybody for free. I think I like it. You can see here's the file where it is because I lose track. So what is my point? My point is that it's getting hot after 1 dormant period. But you see, after like 9 dormant periods, a number can only, this is 1 dormant period, 1 dormant period, no, 2 dormant periods, one dormant period. So after 1 dormant period, you had a streak of 6. So it gets, because in the Lottery Master Guide, she says the colder the better. 9 dormant periods is very cold. You have a streak, but the momentum is still towards cold. So and then after 1 dormant period, it can start getting hot, if that makes any sense. So let's go back to where we are, because I want to do my prediction for the next 3 drawings based on what I'm seeing. Where are we here? Okay. So flag. This is not even, this is, okay, 3, 4 would be, skip 4 would be a flag. So you had 1 dormant period, skip 28, 0, 2, 3, 4. So this is still hot and hitting. I mean, there's skip 4 there, but I would consider that hot and hitting. Okay, it's not so much a flag because there's not many skip 5s or skip 6. But here's our 7 in the first position. Okay, now this 0 here to repeat is interesting because this is second position. You could have a reverse entry here, a reverse flag. So that brings the 0. Or this position 1 here, you could have a reverse after 3 dormant periods. Okay, so this is 2 and this is 3. And if you look at the 1, if I go back in history, I can see that the 1 has come in reverse here at 4 days. This is exactly where we are now. Where else did it come in reverse? Came in reverse here, 4 days after 1 dormant period. And here I fell behind on my formatting. Here's another reverse. So the reverse pattern of the 1 in the second position is good. So 7, 1, right? So there you go. And then you have the 0 in the third position over here. It's sidereal. Approaching, it's at sidereal. Skip 24. Now this is 6 dormant periods, but the 24 is still symmetrical to the 22. So that gives you a 7, a 1, and a 0. Or it could be 7, a 0, and a 1, where the 0 repeats according to this chart, and you have the 1 as a hot skip here. And has the 1 had a hot skip? See, the 1 had a hot skip after the dormant period. Here was a hot skip. So those are the elements. And here I didn't talk about it, but it's right here. So if you've been looking at what's here, I wrote it right here for sum 8 number 7077 sum 8. No, that's not right. What I did was I copied this and brought it over. So sum 8 numbers. There's only 2 sum 8 numbers with the 7. 701 and no wait. No, there's only 1 sum 8 number with the 7. What am I talking about? There's only 2 sum. No, there's more than some. What am I talking about? Okay. I apologize. That was a mistake. Sum 8s. Where are the sum 8s? Sum 8s. Did I put a thing here? Where's my all sums dish? Is this the sums dish? Sum 17. Oh god. Alright, I gotta get more organized. So anyway, 7, 1 reversed, 0 sidereal. Now what else is approaching sidereal? Sum 8. And you have a 071 hit over here. And the 800. So you might play both these, 0710, 800. Again, remember, I'm trying not to focus on numbers without the 7, but you see the 800 hit here, the 800 hit here. But the 071 is the one I'm looking for. It's going to come in as, I'm predicting it's going to come in either as 710 or 701. Now the last thing, as far as looking, comparing the dish of sum 8 here, okay, I made a 4B bar chart in Excel, and but there's so many, right? If I do all the sums, that's 27 additional charts that I have to manage within this file, and this file is already humongous. And I did a way to try to make it easier to be able to look at all the variables at once, because these are all variables. I consider all the sums of variables, so there's 27 variables. I consider doubles. A double occurring is a variable. That's 28. Then you have the doubles itself. That's another 10 variables. That's 38 variables. Plus these 3 variables. Position 1, position 2. That's 38, 39, 40, 41 variables, if I haven't screwed up my math already. And then you have another 30 variables here. So that's 71 variables that I'm looking at minimum at any one time. But I've structured it in a way where I can focus on certain variables at certain times based on sidereal patterns, based on the big dish, the Gale-Howard algorithm, and what else? Something else, other stuff. Okay, so I'm just going to go and show. So what I did was I filtered, right? When you take these sums, I have filters up here at the top, right? You take these filters, for instance, sum 8. You select the 8 because this is based on data. So I select the box 8. You run the filter. When the filter is ran, now you have to copy this data. You copy this data. I'm not going to copy it here now, but you copy it, and here's the drawing. Well, here's your date. But I have the drawing dates over here, right? They're within here. I actually shrunk these cells because I wanted to be able to see the positional repeater chart. But these are the drawing dates, okay? And this is based per year, all time, and then I forget. But these are the dates. So after you do that, you take the filter. Let me hit the back arrow because I don't want to see that. And you see what everything gets jumbled up when you filter it. So you copy the filter, right? You copy it into a separate cell. You subtract the drawings dates from each other, -1, and then you copy that data and you make a graph out of it. So when you copy it and you filter it, basically you're getting a 4B. Now the 4B can go left to right like it is in the Gale Howard programs, or it can go from top to bottom. It doesn't really matter. What matters is the graph when you interpret it. So after this filter, you say you run it, you do the skips. Oh, these are the drawings. Here you are. So 15 minus 10, right, would be, I think these are the drawings anyway. Anyway, so you run the filter. After the filter is run, I'm just taking off the filter now. I'll go back to the bottom. So let's see. The fast way to go to the bottom, I think, is to do Control Shift down. Whoops, that's going way too far. It's going way too far to the bottom. Shit. All right. Why did that happen? Oh, because I did it in a blank cell? Is that what it is? Alright, I tried to be clever. So let me try again. Control Shift down. Okay, that's better. Okay, so that took us to the bottom quick. So you run the filter, and then, so I ran the filter for all the sums from 1 to 27, and this is what you get. You get a, what do I get here? Bell sums actual. You get this. These are all the sums. When you filter them, and then you write the numbers here. So we're talking about sum 8. So here is the sum 8. This is the data 4B for the entire game of the sum 8. So I put it here, and I'm just going to make the chart right now. So the fastest way to do again is with the shift, I think shift control right. Oh, that's sum 6. What happened? Here's my 8. Here's sum 8, right? Okay, let's try again. Control. Let me see. Is it shift control or control shift? I think it's shift control. Alright. Shift control right. Okay, so that's all the data. The last 3 skips were 5140. Let's just confirm that. Well, let me just do the freaking chart. Alright, so insert, illustration, nope, recommended charts, all charts, clustered columns, hit OK. And there you go. So let's just make this bigger here. So this way I can just make it as I go, but I'm just showing you what I'm looking at. So let's put a chart title just so we don't confuse ourselves. Sum 8 4B bar, and then add the data label. Make the data label a little bigger. Alright, so now what are we looking for? We're looking to compare the sidereal. So let's see. If we go back. What was it last? 5140 I was talking about. So let's just confirm the data is correct. 8. And here, okay. So here's your 5140. Alright. And now you're in skip 24, sidereal. So what I like to do to cross-reference the dish with the 4B dish is I look at the bar charts. So I create these. So I have this for every variable almost. There are even more advanced combinatorial variables that I could do, but right now this is just what I'm working on. And the other combinatorial variables, you could do odds, evens, high, lows, that kind of stuff. But right now this is complicated enough without even doing more. So what do I do here? I put in a shape, put in an arrow over here, and I drag this arrow down over here, drag it over here, I mark it, shape format, shape outline is red, okay, and skip 24 is where we are, sidereal. So you had a 24 over here back in time, 24 over here back in time, and then you had also skip 25, and then skip 25 over here, skip 25 over here, skip 26, skip 26, skip 27, skip 28. So right now I'm looking for the 701 to come in either at skip 24, 25, or 26. That's the wheelhouse. That's where I would bet on it most heavy. After, if it doesn't hit by skip 26, then I'm going to reduce my bet because 27, 28, 29, it can still come in, right? But now it becomes less predictable because here you can see there's 24, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6 occurrences here between, well, let's put the 27. There's 7 occurrences between 24 and 27, right? And then you have 28, 29. So anyway, that's how I begin to determine if it's a good wager or not. Now this is not a flag formation. This is a long bottom that I'm playing on. Those are the two patterns really that alternate. And that's why the lotto is so hard, because you know you're supposed to play the hot numbers, but you got to watch out for the cold numbers. So here's another one. Like, let's say some 8 got to skip 40. I would start playing it also, because you have 40 over here, 41, 41. Here's two 40s. Also over here, 36. Okay, related to 24, and then 38 over here also. So that's where I'm basing. That's what I'm basing my prediction on. So let me go back. All right. So those are the elements of my prediction. Number 7, first position, flag formation, even better, hot and hitting. Possible 0, repeat in the first position, in a reverse flag position. Three dormant periods for the 1 in the second position, coming in reverse at 4 days. Sidereal for the 0. This would be the 7th cold period here for the 0. Or the 1, hot skip after 1 dormant period. And then, last but not least, sum 8, sidereal, 24. Alright, the other interesting sums based on flag, because the 24 is a dormant period, it's a long shot. And then, so here, you could have a 3-5 symmetry here for sum 15, in which case you would see, see 710, maybe 717, but right now I don't want to guess other numbers. 710 I think is a number to go for. So if you made it this long, check out my YouTube channel, my Facebook group, AMARGH Lotto. 3 questions based on what's on the back of the Lottery Master Guide. I still have to do a separate video explaining those answers. Yeah, that's it. You can also send me an email. Also, amarghlotto@gmail.com. And yep. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it made sense. Any questions, comments in the bottom. If you want me to do a particular workout for a particular state, I can do that within Advantage Gold. Well, more easier in Advantage Plus, because I can actually do Advantage Plus. And that was my computer. It just told me battery's low. I'm gonna go plug it in. So bear with me. So the Advantage Plus, I can do a workout for any state. So maybe I'll do a state for India, because that guy was in India and he did some comments. And I still want to post a video of some winning tickets that I had. I had a winning ticket in Pennsylvania. I had a winning ticket in New York. I had some winning tickets from Texas as well. Those are older. But anyway, that's my logic on how I pick my numbers. And good luck. It's going to be a little late to get this number in here for midday by the time I upload this video. But it'll be up for evening, definitely. So hopefully it doesn't come out for midday. Hopefully it'll come out evening. And like that's also a separate filter. You can see does the 701 come out more in the evening or come out more in the night? And actually, if we go back to that chart that I made with um, the ice pyramids, and these are the pyramids down here, and these are the icicles over here. You can see the numbers that came out here. So we're in July. So here's July 28. You had 734. So you didn't have too much around 701. But here's a 701 over here. Came out on, I think it's October. I messed up the date here. It's not fitting. But here you had a 701. Here was a 710. This was in January 2nd. Midday over here. So this is a midday 701. This was a 701 midday. Let's see, any more 701s? Not too many, still only two 701s with the 7 in the first position. So, not a great sign, but for it to come out even. But you know, the trend can certainly change on a dime. So, just to read this chart really quick, these are the numbers N1, N2, N3 over here. I have the formatting. And you can see here in this chart, I'm formatting the 6 and the 1, but I don't like the 6 and the 1. I'm going to switch it to the 4 and the 9. Here's the sum over here, sideways. DP, dormant periods. Here's the date, the time, midday, evening. Here's the skip. I have a classification for the skip of the entry point, but I didn't put it here. But I do look at the class on other 4Bs. And these how many dormant periods. Here's the streak of hits within let's say here. You read this down, and here's the file name. Obviously long and stupid. That's why I have to put it there because these files are getting so out of control. And I printed it here. So this is printed on March 1st, 2019. So look out for a new one. I'll make this available free. It takes me about a half an hour to do this. If I do one for the 7, the mirror of the 2, the 4, and the 9, that's only 2 hours. So I'll do that. But I think they're worth their weight in gold once they're done. But the fact that it takes so long to do the charts is really tough. But if I stay focused on the goal, then I can do it. But I'm very chaotic in my mind and my emotions right now. So, and my body. So everything is a little bit haywire. So the lotto gives me focus, and it gives me some focus, direction, and therapy too, to a large degree. So that's about it. Hit that like button or the dislike button if I'm just boring. Good luck. Happy number hunting.